guys, this video is going to be somewhat of a long-awaited video for some people, and I'm surprised it took me so long to film this, but I met 5 Sauce back in April, and I really don't know why it took me so long to film this video, because I used to always film experience videos about concerts and meeting any of my favorite celebrities. I don't know why it took me so long to film this, as I've said, but I'm going to sit down and briefly talk about meeting 5 Sauce and what it was like. I don't remember every single piece of detail from that day. I can't believe it happened. I still don't think it happened. Like, I forget about it all the time, to be honest, because it doesn't feel like it happened. I'm just going to explain how it all happened and what happened. And yeah, I actually have to work in like 40 minutes, so hopefully I can film this fast. Okay, so 5 Seconds of Summer came to San Diego back in April on the 26th for their 5 Sauce 3 little tour that they were doing in smaller venues to promote the album that came out in June. And if you have not heard their album, go listen to it. Youngblood is actually probably my favorite album of all time, so you guys have to listen to it. But basically, I did not think I was going to the show because tickets had sold out so quickly when they went on sale, and they were being sold for a ridiculous amount of money. But I ended up getting a ticket closer to the date after I had figured out I was meeting them, because I just had to go to the show. I could not miss a 5 Sauce show. I love that band and I love their shows, and I hadn't seen them since 2016. I think it was 2 weeks before the show I won meet and greets through the radio station. So what happened was I was actually driving to Starbucks to go study for school, because you know me, that's where I'm always at studying, and I was pulling into the parking lot, into the shopping center, whatever, and I was listening to the radio. I was flipping through channels and I put it on channel 933, which is a San Diego radio station. Chino was on the radio. It was his time. He's a radio dude, host, whatever you want to call him, and he was like giving away 5 Sauce meet and greets. Call right now. I was like, holy shit, I have to call. He's giving away 5 Sauce meet and greets. I'm just gonna call for the heck of it. Like, I know I'm not gonna win. My Bluetooth in my car was not working. This is when I had my old car. I recently got a new car, but for some reason it happened to my aunt too. Once, or about like 4 months before our lease was up on both of our cars, our Bluetooth stopped working and our phones would not connect in both of our cars. It was really weird, but my Bluetooth wasn't working, so I was literally like illegally dialing on the phone. I swear I saw a cop too, but I was like dialing their radio station. I was calling, pulled into the spot, I get nothing. I hang up, I call again, and the line goes silent. There's no rings, nothing. And I'm just like, hello, hello, and then suddenly I hear Chino being like, hey, what's up, what's your name? And I was like, hey, I'm Caitlin, what's up with you? And I pull into a spot at this point and I'm like talking to him, and he's like, are you a fan of 5 Seconds of Summer? And I was like, dude, you don't even know. I started giving him like the full lowdown, is that it? That's not the word, but I told him like everything, and at this point he was recording me to like edit it real quick and post it on the air. Not post it on the air, but to like play it on the air. And he was like, so if you won, who would you take with you? And I was like, you know, I would probably take my mom, to be honest, because she's Australian and like she wants to meet them, she wants to see them, she hasn't seen them. That was stupid of me, no offense, I love my mother, and I would have taken her. I was going to take her, and so anyways, I won. I couldn't believe it. I was texting my friends. I was like, I think I just won meet and greets. I'm meeting 5 Sauce. What the hell? And so I won meet and greets. They told me where to be, what time to be at, and of course 5 Sauce was late. We'll get to that. But I called up my mom and I was like, Mom, we're meeting 5 Sauce. It's happening. When I called her, she literally thought I had gotten into an accident, because I was like, Mom, guess what? And she literally thought I was dead, but obviously I wasn't dead. My mom ended up not being able to go with me to meet 5 Sauce, so I ended up bringing my friend Marty, and I feel really bad because my mom wanted to meet them, but she had to go to work, and work kept her at work, so she couldn't come. But that morning, I literally went down to House of Blues, lined up with my friends. Good morning, guys. Today is the day that I am meeting 5 Sauce and seeing them in concert, and I'm so excited. I'm up, it's about 9:15, and I'm about to do my makeup. Hi guys, so I'm watching Jane the Virgin. I just redid my eyeshadow, and I'm gonna put on fake lashes once I find glue. If I can find the glue. If I can't find the glue, then we're screwed. But yeah, I'm super excited. Hello. There's Annie. We're in line for 5 Sauce in a park, and then I'm gonna sit here for 2 hours, and I'm dying. Yeah, we're dying. And then I'm gonna go meet the boys and then come back. I left the line at the House of Blues and drove to the radio station, and I was supposed to be back within 2 hours. We were supposed to meet Five Sauce around 2:30, and we didn't end up getting inside until like 4:30 because the boys were late. It was a surprise. Hi guys, so we are at the station. This is really awkward. And we're walking to the front just to go walk around. And I'm pumped. Marnie's here. Hello. She came with me to meet Five Sauce. Because my mom couldn't. So, Marnie came. And they had a list of things to do after meeting us at this radio station. They had another thing to get to, but they were late. Me and Marnie meet up at the radio station because she did not go to the show, so she was at home. And we were waiting there, and I met up with my friend Chelsea, and we were just there walking around, and there was no line like to get in, but at some point a line formed, so we quickly got in line and we got led inside. And as soon as we got led inside, I stood at the door that they let you into to go into the room where the like song happens and where you meet them and stuff, because I knew where it was from when I met Emblem 3, sorry, a couple of years back. So I was like, okay, I'm going straight there. I need to be up close. Like, I want to be up close and no one's gonna know to go here. I was correct. The only other person that knew was my friend Chelsea, and then like we let these girls that we met, like we told them, we were like, guys, come stand over here basically. So I met some girls. I totally cannot remember their names, but if you're watching this, what's up? You guys were awesome. They drove out from Arizona to meet them and just drive back home, literally. So that's awesome. Once Five Sauce finally decided to show up and we finally got let into their room, I ended up being in the front row, which was like crazy. So basically we got let in, and there was like a line, no, what is it called? There was a lane to walk down, so walk space, and then the chairs were all up against this wall. So it was literally Marnie, me, and then the like 4 girls that I had just met that day, and then Chelsea I think was 2 rows or 1 row behind me. And how the boys came out, it was Ashton, Callum, Luke, Michael. So we were right in front of Ashton, and then Callum was right in front of me too. I've been filming for the last like hour, so my throat's starting to hurt and I'm getting really nervous talking about this. It's like weird. But so boys come out, they sing Jet Black Heart first. No, I think they sang Want You Back first. They sang Jet Black Heart and Want You Back. And so they come out, and before we had gone in, we wrote down a question for the boys. And my question was actually from my friend Michelle, and it was basically asking them what like song had they not been able to get stuck out of their head, like off the new album. What's their favorite song, like lyric, and what can't they like get out of their head? What do they keep on singing? So we gave all of our slips to Ethan Cole, and before we had gone in, Ethan was reading some of them out loud and like questioning us on the questions. And he didn't say my question, and I was like, I'm not gonna get chosen, whatever. But yeah, no, so Ethan chose my question out of everybody's questions, asked the boys, and he said my username. And if you follow my fan Twitter, like my fan account on Twitter, it looks like Sleepy Kiss, but it's not, because the L is actually an I, because Sleepy Kiss was taken when I switched to that username 3 years ago. I don't know why it's still my username. My friend gave me the username idea, and then we just went with it. By we, I mean I. So I don't know why, but he chose my question. There's actually video footage from that happening, and I literally was like sitting there like this, like, are you freaking kidding me? Like, you just chose my question. And he was like, Caitlin, where are you at? We're Sleepy Kiss, or however you're supposed to pronounce it when it's spelled wrong. And I was like, hey, and Chelsea was like, yeah, and I was like, no, this is not happening. And Marnie was just sitting there like, oh my god, and I was just like, no, oh my god. And I like explained my username for some stupid reason. I met Ashton a couple years ago at Kaboo at the music festival in San Diego, and I made a total fool out of myself, and yet again I did that in front of him. So I'm sorry, Ashton, if you're watching this. I'm a mess. But basically I explained my username for some dumbass reason, and then they went to answer the question, started singing Apart From Want You Back over and over again, and then Ashton was saying, I wish that I could wake up with amnesia, wish that I could wake up with amnesia. Like, those were their lyrics they were repeating, even though amnesia isn't off the album. And then finally Michael was like, you know what, I'm gonna answer the question seriously, and there's a lyric from the song Ghost of You. I'm not gonna tell you the lyrics, the song's not out, but that lyric from Ghost of You is my favorite. And we were like, really? I I'm going to try inserting the clip right now for you guys to watch it all go down. But if I don't insert it, I will link it down below. I just have to figure out how to download it off of YouTube. But yeah, that happened. After all of that, they kicked us out of the room and we left the room to then go out into the lobby because where we were eating lunch, they were going to move everything and like put the meet and greet there. So me and Marnie were trying to be the last people to meet them, but then two girls ended up going behind us because they were like crying and everything. And they were like very emotional. I was kind of just like, okay, that's cool. I wasn't crying. Everyone else was crying and I was just like, okay, yeah, I'm fine, I'm cool. So two people would meet the boys at a time. You could not hug them, you could not really interact with them at all because they were on a tight schedule because they were late. And it was kind of stupid, but it's understandable. We went in to meet them and how it was it was Michael, Luke, Ashton, and then Callum. And I personally would have loved to be next to Michael, but Marnie's a Michael girl, so Marnie went straight to Michael. And then I'm on this whole like I don't know who to choose thing with Luke and Callum at the moment still, so it was hard, but I went for Luke. Went between Luke and Ashton, and I didn't get to hug Callum, which I'm very sad about to this day, but I was standing there, I smiled, I looked fine in the picture. It's not that bad, but it's not the best picture of me. We thought we would be able to have our phones out, but they wouldn't let us have our phones out, so my phone was in my car, so I have no like personal footage or pictures from that day, from that moment, from when I met them. But yeah, then I went to my car. Dave collected gifts that we gave to the guys, so I wrote them notes and I had notes to give them from other people. So they got my notes apparently. So Ethan basically asked them like the most generic questions ever, but I know he was making fun kind of how like buff Ashton was with his leather jacket on. But yeah, so I met them, went back to the venue. Since I last vlogged, I met 5 Sauce. But yeah, that happened. I have to go find a trash can and I met the boys, so we're good. Lined up, went inside. I ended up getting pulled out of the pit once we got inside after like 6 songs because I just got squished. And I know I'm tall, but people hate the fact that I'm tall and want me to go to the back, and I just had like shorter people like elbow me basically right where my hip bone is, so it was very uncomfortable and not fun at all. And I snapped and I just had to get out of there, and I've never been like that, but I just could not stand the crowd at that point. Even though it wasn't that bad of a crowd, it just got a little bit crazy by me. Annie was there, Sophia was there, Michelle, Sarai, Melissa, and then I met Allie, Sabrina, and Bella, and they were super sweet. It's so weird like looking back and thinking about meeting 5 Sauce, and just it was so awesome hearing them like sing in an acoustic set like that. I never thought I would be able to do that. Like I've been to their sound check once before, 2 times actually, but it wasn't like it was at sound check because they were literally like 3 feet in front of me, 4 feet in front of me, and I could hear them singing off the mic. And hearing like just hearing all of their voices was awesome, but like hearing Callum's voice singing his like bridge in Jet Black Heart like got to me, and like hearing Ashton sing more was awesome because when he's on stage like drumming, you don't hear him as often unless he has his solos, but he was singing and like harmonizing with Luke and like with each of them, and it was just awesome. And it's something I never thought I would be able to do, and it was so good. When Michael sang Jet Black Heart, I could feel the emotion, and it's just awesome. Like having seen it performed live 3 times on Sounds Live Feels Live, and then seeing it performed like raw and acoustically, it was so awesome feeling that energy and feeling that emotion that he has with that song. And Michael's voice has progressed so much and it's grown. Each of their voices have, but I love Michael's voice and I loved hearing that song live, and I hope to God they do not cut it on this tour because I need to hear that live again. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and go because I have to go to work, but I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thumbs it up if you did. I'm gonna go ahead and go. I will talk to you guys later. Yeah, bye guys.